Everyone and welcome back to Not In My Lifetime channel. Bevo's will be here shortly. Just start the stream. I'll see you back in a very bit. Another final loss, ladies and gentlemen. Another one lost in a row. Two losses lost back to back. I've been to the last two, and I've seen the last two, and that was terrible. I'm sorry, right? You can go into the stats all you want and the momentum of the game, but what I saw up yesterday was disgraceful. The style of play is just terrible. Predictable, terrible, repetitive nonsense that we just know is never going to work because these players I can't do anything. Like they've been told to play a certain way, and we can't just have a shot, a goal, or turn it around to actually make it interesting or for it to work. Now, does sound like an only person, possibly, but I'm only going off what I'm seeing in the pitch. And the last 2 weeks, we have seen a terrible showing of goal. Lack of confidence, lack of ideas. Like it takes a 19-year-old Argentine player in Echeverri to come on the pitch. And that in itself is just baffling. How we're relying on someone who hasn't even made his debut yet. Or made his debut obviously on the weekend before relying on someone like Grealish. It's baffling to me, but big up Colin. Oh, we went loads through. Yep, big up Colin. They'll be doing decently. Big up Alphabet Chip as well. Better team won. Yeah, I agree on that one. I thought Palace actually did it brilliantly. They had a game plan stuck to it and to win it. And there's a question there for me. It was obvious who the better team was. Ian and Poppy are doing well. I was saying, Pep cuts up. Exactly. I don't understand this, and I'll get into it. Bever gets here in a bit. I do not understand the difference and why he's gone back to a weird system again. Nunes and O'Reilly at fullback were working brilliantly, and now all of a sudden we've gone back to a weird to fret about the Kanji. I don't understand it. It's not working anymore. Style of play is just shifted all of a sudden, and Pep just can't help himself. Continue with it, and there is Bevo. Goes through. There he is. Bevo's back in the building. Bevo, you doing, mate? You good?
Good, mate. How are you?
Personally, on a personal level, mate, I'm decent, but on a City support level, mate, I think we can all agree, mate, yesterday was a fucking shit show.
We're fucking shit. We're fucking shit. We're fucking shit.
Oh, mate, just this season has just been, and just predict. Just George remember yesterday, right? Like you see something to me. It texted me after they got the penalty after they got the goal and scored it. It was done. Because from last week,
25 minutes into the game, mate, I messaged you and said, "We're not winning this. We're not." Because you could see from pretty much 20 minutes in, like, that it was going to be one of those games where we were going to have all the possession and we weren't going to do anything with it. We've seen it so many times before, time after time after time, where it's all well and good being possession football FC, but if you don't stick the ball in the back of the net or create any chances, then what's the point in having the ball?
Exactly.
Sideways passes, backwards passes. Kev yesterday, I love the guy, but he was sloppy. The passes were awful. I'm going to be honest with you, mate, and I'm just going to put it out there. We ain't getting Champions League football playing like that. I will be very, very surprised if we beat Bournemouth and Fulham. Our record against Craven Cottage is diabolical anyway. Like, we never seem to play very well there anyway. and that's when we're playing decent.
Yeah.
And then Bournemouth.
Poppy, good match. Yeah. Ethan Martin, I'll be doing well. Yeah, I think I'm sure like the same as me, mate. I think we're all just a bit, do you know what it is? I'm glad we haven't won the game, but do you know what annoys me about the game in general, mate? It's just the way we're playing. Like, if we had lost, right, but we gave our all, we're just unlucky in the day. I can accept that. It's what happens. But it's not like yesterday. It's been an issue all season. It's been that game yesterday summed up our season in a nutshell for me.
Yeah.
Goals, lack of it. The intensity was one issue, but apart from that was all right. But it just feels like the same mistakes over and over again, mate. Big up Steve. Hope you're doing well, mate. Pass the job on us and we stuck up this season next game. Yeah, look, I think we have to, mate. But and you're right. I think Palace did do a good job on us yesterday. I think defensively and did a pretty good job overall. But I think for us as well, it didn't help. Obviously, the way we were playing as well, mate. But yeah, we're doing good, mate. Boring and predictable. Colin, bang on. Yeah, that's the football moment, mate. It's just the same crap every game right now. Even when we're winning, it's the same. Yeah, I've kept quiet for a reason. Yeah, sure, mate. No worries. I'll send the link now. Bear with me. But Jordan is right as well, right? Jordan is weird to me, right? After a penalty miss, straight away, it's game over.
Sorry, one second. Martin's just said not beaten us at Craven Cottage since 2005 and won last 6 or 7 at Craven Cottage. You're right, but even if you look at the games and the performances that we've had there, we haven't been great. Look at the treble season, for example. It took Haaland to score a penalty in
Alvarez
92nd minute to get a draw.
No, it was Alvarez's long shot, the way after he cut inside and binged it in top left. It was that game.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? We've never played well there under Pep, really. Even when we've had a really solid team and we've been winning decent games, we still don't seem to ever really do well there.
By the way, exactly.
You can't blame the refereeing, because if we don't stick the ball in the back of the net, that's on us.
Exactly.
Referee ain't taking that fucking penalty for us, is he?
No. You're right, Dash. But right now, I think I'm not so sure on Tuesday, mate. I'm very doubtful right now if we could beat them right now. I've got to see a whole different team, mate. All different start, mate, and I'll start to play. It was destined as soon as we never took Steve, exactly. Exactly, Steve. Yeah, it's destined as soon as we never chances, but then boom, 1-0 down and end of tie. Yeah, exactly. We scored 4-3 times. Back, big 3-0. Oh, sorry if Pep disagree, but look, mate. Look, I know record isn't. I wouldn't say our record's obviously decent there. It's still obviously won games there. That's not the issue at all. But I think it's us right now that I'm worried about. Us in the past, sure, I had no issues at all in the past. But the current team right now just hasn't got, just can't seem to score goals right now or anything.
Listen, Martin, I'm really not in the fucking mood to argue or have a debate on this. I've got my opinion, you've got your opinion. We've got shit going on in our lives. Just move on.
Exactly. Is that Dash? Exactly. Like, records don't save us here, mate. It's down to how we do on the day, and that's where I'm at right now with it. It's just we have to perform better than this, and this is the thing, bro. Exactly. Fulham are playing for 8th spot right now. They are playing for it, so it won't be easy. This is what we understand. Both Fulham are probably the worst teams you want right now, outside of the top 6 right now. Because if I'm Europe,
yeah.
Just throw Southampton exactly, yeah. Because against the worst team in the fucking league, by the way. So, yeah. Harper and scored a goal. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's just. Do you know what? Right, I'm going to go through the 11. Right, I want to give you my honest opinion of the 11 overall and what I think we did. Now, Ortega in goal, I thought was fine. I thought, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. You know, he's the cup keeper, and that's going to be perfectly fine with that. He saves the goal, possibly, but then I think that wasn't the issue really for me. Apart from that, obviously, if they score, fair enough, but it's more down to like the sensible to let him down more than the keeper. Akanji, right? Honestly, Bevo, right? Why is Nunes out of spot
Well,
now?
what I don't understand, right, is the last 2 games that Akanji started, we've not won. Prior to that, when Nunes has played, we've picked up a result. Now, I'm surely. You know what, right? It's Pep picking his favourites. What we need to do in the summer is we need to get rid of every single one of Pep's favourites so we can't pick them. Because I'm sorry, we've spent 60 million quid on a holding midfielder that doesn't fucking play. We didn't play a single holding midfielder yesterday. Now, when that first team came out, I thought, do you know what? I don't. With the players that we've got, like, it wasn't a bad team, but we had no holding midfielder. What's the point in buying Nico Gonzalez and not playing him?
Yeah.
What's the point? He's just turning into another Calvin Phillips.
But he's better than Calvin Phillips, though. He's better than Calvin Phillips. He's on the
bench. He is. But the thing is, you'll never know because he ain't picking him. And then all of a sudden, Echeverri gets 10 minutes on the pitch at the end of the game, and he changes it like that. He looked incredible when he came on.
Good, mate.
Absolutely
he was great.
Incredible. He found himself in tight spaces. He almost scored from that shot.
Mm.
He come on and he done brilliant.
If this one fit, he probably would have scored that goal.
I don't even say if he's match fit. I reckon if he was on the pitch for longer, he'd have had more chances. He'd have created something. He looked like our best player on the pitch at one point.
The thing is,
right, he's going to have to get. You're going to have to get rid of the favourites. You have to get rid of the favourites if you want to progress. Because otherwise, if we don't get rid of Gundogan and Bernardo Silva and Kovacic and all these players, Akanji, like, he's just going to keep picking them. It doesn't matter if you've got. I'm sorry, you've got a 60 million pound holding midfielder who, whenever he's played, has played quite well. He's not played poor. He's had a couple of games where it's like, he's still embedding himself into the team. But overall, like, whenever he's played, he's looked okay. And he's just not getting a look in. Hušnov's getting 0 minutes now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mate. Honestly, I'm pissed off of it all. And you're right. It's hard. I'm thinking, if you had Nunes there, mate, at right back, we've got Nunes and Savio. Straight away, you've got 2 players that can overlap each other and get crossed in the box. Yeah, he's just decided to drop the Nunes for no reason. Now, Valdo Diaz, fine. Yeah, what I wanted to see from that too. O'Reilly back at left back, finally. Good. I mean, I wouldn't say he was correct himself that game, but again, he's a kid. He's 19 years old. FA Cup final. It's a big one.
Yeah.
What about Martin? I didn't say anything. I'm saying anything, mate.
No, he's probably on at me. No, he's probably on at me. It's fine. Whatever.
Okay, all right. What makes me frustrated is that Nico G has a meh game against Everton, and then all of a sudden he gets dropped. Honestly, yeah. I don't get it, mate. Why is Gonzalez not playing games? Like, I get it if he wasn't ready, mate, but he's playing games this season. I don't get it. I'm not saying it to start everybody game, mate. Oh, you bought a DM paid DM. Why is not playing? Who beyond nobody wants to upset Pep. This is what I mean, mate. The thing is, though, if the club want to move forward, mate, I want to compete again. We're doing this rebuild. It has to be serious. Those who aren't good enough have to leave. It's that simple. Like, again, like all one a team competes. A team that competes is we're proud of. I mean, don't be wrong, right? I'm not having a go. I just, it's just, it's I think yesterday for me was just it's another example of another game this season where it's just been the same mistakes over again. And it is for me right now. Yeah, I just want to see, a team that's a lot more competitive on the pitch. I'm not asking for you to win it. Look, trophies you can't guarantee you win them. It's football. Like you don't win every year, you don't. But the least I expect is a team that's got a way of playing that you can tell that they're happy to have to play it, and it's progressive. That's what I want to see. Is it true Husnov's being dropped because he called Pep shampoo? I think that's a joke, mate. By the way, I think that was a joke. That whole thing was a joke. By the way,
I don't know. I've got no idea.
Yeah. Look, it has been a frustrating season. It has been. Look, we're all pissed off. Look, unfortunately, it's just the reality of where we are right now. Not the fan base itself, but I think it's just the reality of the season that we're at right now. It's been. I think all of us need a break. That's what we need. We need a break and to go again. So that's what we do. That's what I want to get back to, because I think for me, if everyone in the chat as well, better himself, I think we're all fit right now. Right now, all fit at the moment. The fighting and that. That's where it is moment anyway for me. That's the thing. Like I'm asking Sanucci, sorry again. There'll be players with different flavors, but yeah, no, honestly, I agree. And the one thing lacking right now, physicality in midfield. That's what we're lacking right now. Absolutely. And look, Joe, I'll go back to the team. So good. Do you know what it didn't understand for me though, mate? The Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne pivot. You have a deeper role, right? Now, I understand if he had legs, by the way, but the guy's legs are gone. Like you literally, Bernardo Silva so far back as well. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind it was Gonzalez and Bernardo. That I wouldn't mind, because you should have someone there in a defensive position defending. But when you got two players that prefer forward playing there, it just it felt like it was a good for attacking. It's great, but it just felt very, I don't know, just very odd for choice. I know obviously I know Kovacic obviously injured, obviously so he couldn't play the game, but it just felt weird to me. I just and you could tell how slow we were in the midfield as well. It just didn't work for me. It didn't work at all for what I saw. Martinez, yeah, no, I know exactly. Look, it's just, I think it's just, it'll be all right. It's just unfortunate. It's just been, it's been a very stressful season. I'm looking forward to it, really, to the end of it. That's what we all need right now.
And the thing is, there's more going on in people's lives than there is just football. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
People have rotten days without having to talk about football on top of it.
Yeah. Now, let's get to the actual. Let's start the actual game. The goal themselves succeeded. Now, Iran obviously fought for that. Obviously being a left back, obviously let Munoz get all that space down for Eze to get the goal. Now, obviously, that comes with having Eze, having a young player at fullback. Unfortunately, that's how it will be, sadly. But when you actually look at it, though, right, the goal was Ren, but even before then, like people say it was domination, but then you look at it and think, what did I do? I should do that though. It just felt like we just very slow, a lot of build up nowhere, a lot every time it was always pass. Like a big thing said perfectly on a review today about the constant pass around side to side, crossing the box, or looking at the man, beats the man, shot, that's out for a corner. It's every time that was that way we win. There was no shots on goal. Marmouche in the pass, by the way, took the left foot and smashed it a goal. But he also Arsenal. What kind of shoot? Why is it so? Yeah. Why is it so much scared? Why is it scared to shoot for? I don't get it. I don't get it at all, mate.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just.
I thought the penalty was shocking. It was one of the worst penalties I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know.
I know. How on earth, right? Gary Lineker can sit there and say that he didn't think that Dean Henderson should have been sent off is absolutely diabolical.
Was shocking. Yeah,
it's almost like, from what I saw yesterday, and I saw things from a different perspective to you because obviously you were there and I wasn't. And throughout that entire program, everyone was trying to play down certain things, but you can categorically guarantee that if Ortega would have done exactly the same thing, everyone would be calling for his head. All the pundits, all the media would be saying that is blatant what he's done. He should have been sent. But all of a sudden, turn the tables because it's Crystal Palace. Oh, well, I think at one point Gary Lineker even said, for the sake of the game, he's glad that he stayed on.
Oh, fuck off.
What do you mean for the sake of the game?
It's a red fucking card.
He's blatantly handballed the ball to prevent, and I'm sorry, one of these pricks turned around and said that the defender would have got back in time. I'm sorry, if he hadn't have done that, Haaland would have taken the ball around the keeper and slotted it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
You can categorically guarantee, though, that if Ortega would have done the same thing, everyone would have been saying, they certainly wouldn't have been turning around and saying for the sake of the game, because all of these lot wanted Crystal Palace to win. I'm just sick of these double standards all the time. If it's a so-called weaker team, these players should be allowed to stay on the pitch. But if it was the better team on paper, then you should be calling for him to be sent off. Just do your job. Just do your job and say it how it is. Wayne Rooney was the only one that turned around at half-time and said, do you know what? He should have been sent off. That's a red card. And then ever since then, Alan Shearer, up until the point of half-time, Alan Shearer was saying, oh, no, he shouldn't have been sent off. It was a yellow card at best. The defender would have got back. He didn't deny a clear goal-scoring opportunity. As soon as Wayne Rooney at half-time said, I'm sorry, that's a clear goal-scoring opportunity, it should have been a red. Then, all of a sudden, Alan Shearer comes on the box and says, oh, well, yeah, he was lucky to stay on. You've changed your fucking tune, because 10 minutes ago you were saying you wanted him to stay on the pitch.
Yeah.
Just what are you doing, man?
Yeah. Steve, exactly. That perfectly encapsulates the issue this season. We have been massively found out. And the problem is, at the moment, there's no other way that I'm playing right now. And I get, obviously, it takes time to, shift things around, and we'll have to do it at some point, but I wish we just had a way where we allow our players to be pressed on the pitch. Because at the moment, it just feels like we're just, it just feels like we're just like playing the same way all the time, and we're actually making a bit anything different. You know what's going to happen, but and we just keep playing the same way, and that's frustrating to me, mate. Because like oh, better than this, and we're just playing that way. It's just yes. So when exactly, Steve saying, well done, Rooney, exactly, mate. Yeah. Do you know what it is, right? But the penalty itself, though, right? Haaland not taking it. Why? You're the number 9. You haven't scored Wembley yet. Why are you passing the penalty?
I genuinely believe that it's a confidence issue.
It must, because
unless Pep has said you're not on penalties today.
But I don't think he would. I think he would. Personally, I think he would. I think he probably would have paid him on pens. But
who knows?
But even so, 500k a week striker. Look, I love Erling, man, but 500k a week striker, and you're not anyway. To me, that's baffling to me. That is baffling.
I get that he says it was a good save. It was a good save because he had to save it. But it was at a decent height for the goalkeeper. It wasn't in the corner. He played it just off to the keeper's right. It was a good height. He should have always saved it. But again, you've still got to save it. So
100%. And then after that, I mean, apart from that, mate, like people say we had chances, but I'll be real. It doesn't. I already remember properly from the game yesterday. Was already just fumbling chances in front of goal. It's through on goal. He couldn't score. It's like, because you want to know why? He's not.
Do you know what?
A player that scores goals.
I found yesterday, yeah, and you can tell me because you were there. But from what I saw yesterday, whenever we got a sort of half chance in the box, it's like people were scared to shoot. So like, rather than having a shot, they try and play it off to someone that was in a better position. Just have a shot. It's either going to go in or the keeper's going to save it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, what's all of this pathing in the box? When you get in the box, have a shot. What's the worst? And that's what I liked about Echeverri, because yes, he didn't score, and yeah, the keeper saved it, but he tried. He didn't get himself into the box and think, I'm going to pass the ball. He got into the box and thought, I'm having a shot. And I think we need more of it.
Yeah, 100%.
The problem is, when Haaland's not on it, we're not on it.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
I'm sorry, but serious conversations need to happen now. Because we've been in 7 finals and Haaland scored in none.
You know what? Yeah. You're bang. I love him, but we've got to be real here. They're good enough.
I'm sorry. The conversation that they're awkward conversations to have, but the conversations that need to be had.
No, Steve, right. I get that point. That point, fair enough. But even so, though, you're the number 9 in the final. Let's say, right, he had scored penalty already, and nothing. That's fair enough. I wouldn't complain. But the problem is, though, for someone like me, right, I know how Haaland is, right. That penalty, that is your penalty. You're the number 9. He's taking. I know Haaland's a team player. He is definitely a team player, 100%. But it just feels weird to me. That's all. I mean, look, obviously, this penalty is obviously Haaland saved is what it is. But I just find it a bit, just odd that he didn't take it. That's all. But yeah, Doku Savio, we made Doku it at all. I'll be real. I'll say this. Doku's not it at all. I can't. Yes, pace is great, and he get through, but it's frustrating. And I get right. He did have 2 or 3 men on him every time, and so does Savio. So I'll sit here and say it wasn't all them. But the thing is, right, I would like to see for them without the system, because the system doesn't work at all for them either. It's just so neutered style of play. You must pass the ball, take on the man. They can do it clearly, but it's always like they've got the shackles on, and they can do it. Do you know what it is? You know what?
Another stat for you. Another stat for you quickly. Our last winger to score a goal was Jack Grealish in April. Before that, before April, when Jack Grealish scored, when was the last time that our wingers scored a goal?
Was it January? Some of them?
January.
We used to have Mahrez, Salah, and Sterling, mate.
Now, I don't expect them to score goals all the time, but I expect more goals than January. That is diabolical. I'm sorry.
This is my point as well. Yeah. This is my point as well, though. Which doesn't help them either. The style of play. It stinks. Because these guys, I know that you're right, but I'm also making another point as well to go with that. That's correct. But also another thing, the style of play we're playing sucks for these players.
Well, there's a reason why they haven't scored. At the end of the day, there's a reason why they haven't scored, and that's because of the style of play.
Yeah. Trust me, Savio and Doku are doing a lot better right now if they're allowed to do it. That's what I want to see. I want to see my wingers, because by the way, I like Savio. I'm a Savio fan. I'm going to criticize him though, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everything was fine. I watched him. That's just what he was doing. He has the skill set and the pace, right? He does. You can see he does, and he can get past the man. It's almost as if he can't do that all the time. That he must play this certain way, otherwise you're out of the team. I'm just saying, if Bob was there as well, like Bob has the same issues as Savio right now. The wingers aren't allowed to express themselves. So I'm just saying, if we have Varane in this team right now, same issues apply. That's this team right now, same issues apply. We can bring all players in the world, mate, in the summer. If the style of play stays the same issues will apply again. It's got to change it up. It's been found out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to get out more, because that's been bugging me for weeks, mate. That has, and it's been proven to be correct. So, big up DC. Hope we're doing good. Yeah, all good. It's just trying to find. That's the thing, Steve. That is it. We can't shot a goal anymore. I want Marmoush, mate, to ping the shot a goal. Because he does it before for Frankfurt. So Haaland. Remember Haaland at Dortmund? Chipping the keeper, smashing it a goal. What's happened to that? And the pass is in the middle. So I'm going to write tirade here, but I need to get off my chest before I go again. But just the lack of passes, mate, on the inside. Kev, amount of times. Kev, play the ball. No, pass sideways. The old would have pinged the ball over the top to Haaland.
Even some of the easy passes yesterday from Kev were going straight. It was obviously painful to watch.
It was painful to watch. It was. Yeah. Hey, and this
I had
thing,
the
right?
privilege of being able to. I had the privilege of being able to turn it off. What are you supposed to do? Take your glasses off?
I still say, damn it! Oh, mate, do I wanted, mate, was a goal. I wanted a goal to celebrate. Get that. Can we get a goal to celebrate yesterday?
We were talking about this off camera, and the last time that we scored a goal was at Wolves.
You were there. You scored the last goal. That was the 1-0 win. It was 1 goal in 3 games. That's embarrassing for us. That's embarrassing. It's not good enough.
Shocking.
It's not good enough.
Shocking.
And Steve, you're right. It is on Pep, but both are correct there. The players are at fault as well, 100%. Agree on that. But the man as well implementing that. The style doesn't work for everyone, mate. We need a style that everyone can play to, Haaland can play to, the wingers can play to, and so midfield. The midfield can get fixed, yes, but the style we've got right now would not work for Reinders or for Verts. It would not. So yesterday, though, look at Echeverri yesterday. Came on, passes, looking for the ball, demanding the ball. Like, this is fucking refreshing. He's demanding the ball. But the same should apply to him next year, mate. So, then next year, same should apply again. Piss off. Always can't wait to make it off, honestly, especially when we're feeling like crap. Some of Bob's injured right moment, but you know, I mean, this is the thing, though, Steve and Alpha. Bob was playing the same issues apply with Bob as well. Same issues apply again.
Yeah,
the style doesn't work for everyone. We need to change, and the way of playing to change. And other wingers to rest themselves down the wing and start having shots again. Mate, Mahrez yesterday with that issue as well, because the play with Mahrez was there, suited Mahrez and Haaland.
Well, this whole style of play that we're playing just doesn't suit wingers at all.
No. DC, you're right. It is the right time to go. It is right. That t-shirt we had for him was really nice, and I'll always love to.
Well, at the rate we're going, DC, Kevin De Bruyne might be the last player to score a goal for us this season. So that'd be a fitting way to go out of everything, wouldn't it?
But the thing is, though, mate, I can't blame him because I know he's not. Look, he ain't great, but the reality is, though, mate, he's not the same player anymore. He's not. That's fine. It's fine because he's given everything for us. I can't say any more of him at all, really. I can't because he's given it all. But it is right time for him to go. 100% it is. You would bloody yeah. Yeah, but no. Do you know what? I'll give credit to Echeverri. He came on and he pressed me straight away. Now, I'm not saying he was world class performance, but he offered something different to whatever already. He
looked silky when he came on. Do you know what? Everything that I was seeing from him, from on the ball decisions to off the ball decisions, when he was making cute little runs, he was telling players where to make the pass to. Like, there was at one point, Doku had the ball, and Echeverri came inside into the middle, and Echeverri was pointing to say, pass the ball there. And he passed the ball there, and then Echeverri made a move to then receive the ball. So off the ball, he was doing everything right. And then on the ball, I think give him 10, 15 more minutes, he'd have scored. I thought he was that good.
DC 100%. I want to see him playing against Bournemouth, please. He's obviously fit. Play him.
Well, yeah, and he's actually offering something. He's offering something positive, which we've not seen.
Yeah, 4 passes as well. So forward.
I know progressive passes, moving off the ball.
Blown away. We can do it. Yeah, Joe, might as well. 2 or 3 time. Yeah, lads. Here's the goal. Or just get an arrow. Arrow to the goal. The goal's there. The goal.
Yeah, I'll you lend yours to Doku and I'll give mine Savio.
Yeah, and it'll be the sidelines like that. Yeah, I can't see it. But
the bonus is if it doesn't work, then we both don't have to see what's happening.
It's in. My eyesight's free. Joe, what? Albert, honestly, I hope you just join. We need something. We need someone to roll that squad up as well. To me, mate, it was 5 minutes to go, and I'm sure Mark will come on a bit as well and say himself, right? Agree with me this. We were so slow. Oh, just jogging. Like, it's 5 minutes to go. We need a goal. Jog, pass, no momentum, no effort. I was like, what? Do you want to win?
You've got people taking wild shots from about 40 yards out on their weak foot with 30 seconds to go. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Honestly, mate.
Do you know what? Yesterday to me felt like we were entirely out of options. Yeah. It's like we'd lost any, like, it was like, what do we do now? And it's like, well, we tried that didn't work, so let's try something else. I know, let's try and smack it from 40 yards and hopefully something happens. It's like we just lost any kind of ideas and just decided to chuck all of our trust on hope.
Yeah. Hello, Martin, mate. It'd be good.
Martin, mate.
I better after yesterday, mate.
I'm having a wonderful day. How's everyone else doing?
Yeah, well,
No,
good
it's,
day, mate.
Yeah.
I'm having a horrible day, mate. A really horrible day, but
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we've had a chat privately, which
Cool.
everything's fine. No, listen, I understand people are frustrated. I get it. I'll be honest. I came out of that game. Don't think we were as bad as people proclaim we were. People can call me happy clappy, whatever they want on that. I don't care. See, I always look at gaming in isolation of how we played on that day and what we did. Did Pep change everything? Yeah. Did we go more direct? Yeah. But the problem is the players, some of them are finished.
Yeah.
And that is the cold hard truth for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People can have we created chances yesterday and we created good chances. Nico Riley's 5 yards out in front of Ian Henderson, bang in front of me, and decides he don't want to shoot because he wants to shit himself.
Yep.
That's not Pep Guardiola's. That's not Pep's fault.
No.
That's on O'Reilly. Not having to go at the kid. He's a kid. Whole point of it. The thing is, you look at that game yesterday. Glasner, for the first 20 minutes before their goal, Palace weren't even in the game. It was all us. I thought we had a little bit of rhythm, we had a little bit of verb, we were spamming crosses, really good crosses as well. Haaland had that chance which Henderson saved.
Yeah,
we were putting, they were throwing bodies in the line, they were heading everything away. We were doing everything human. I thought, you know what, we got a nice rhythm. Second half, yeah, I agree, we played bad. I do think, it's not an excuse. I think the Henderson decision was shocking.
Yeah.
Because he pulled off 4 amazing saves afterwards when he shouldn't have even been on the pitch. Shouldn't have even been on the pitch. So, by the way, Wembley Stadium, the FA need to have a look at themselves because we stood there for 5 minutes and didn't have a clue what the frig was going on. We were like, which player is this? Who's this about?
Yeah.
It carried on for 4 minutes and then the game stopped and it just come up, possible red card, and we all went, what?
Yeah.
It didn't say which player, which team. We didn't know if City player was getting sent off. Because at first I thought Akanji was getting sent off. Because you remember, Luke, it was the time when one of them had gone forward and Akanji was, I thought, has he pulled him back? Has he done something? I didn't know anything. So the FA need to sort that out. Listen, I understand I don't get the Pep outers. That's just me. Has he had a bad season? 100%. Should he be criticised? 100%. I think the criticism this season is frustration.
Mm-hmm.
To me, and people may disagree, and that's fine. I think the treble caused all this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think the treble caused all this because I think we all looked at that and we all came away and thought, oh, these trebles are easier. Right, next season, treble. Season after, double, treble. And I think we've all got a bit carried away on this crest of a tidal wave and gone brilliant. And yes, the mistakes were happened in the summer when we didn't make changes. That's where the mistakes happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like today, someone said Southampton, took Everton 7 minutes to score against Southampton. Well, Southampton didn't play a low block 12 against Everton today.
No.
There's a total, as I got told by coach, there's 2 teams on a pitch and there's nothing you could do. KDB's finished. And that was my worry on Thursday night. This KDB sentimental retirement tour was going to be a part of our downfall. There was nothing off the bench. I get the CDM part. Did we really need a CDM yesterday? It's not like Palace did anything to stop the ball coming through. So I'm not sure a CDM was it as essential. I think if Palace were attacking, then yeah, probably need a CDM. But I think Pep thought they're not going to attack. I'll just go all out attack. Savio, poor first season. Doku, not sure suits our style. Even though I thought he was decent yesterday. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm just come away from. That's why we need the rebuild. That's why we need the rebuild. Yep. And the rebuild's coming. It is a coming. We are going to splash the cash. But the sad thing is I don't want what's happened. Tuesday night is a big game. And the players and everyone, we need each other on Tuesday night. That Etihad has got to be rocking. And the way everyone's feeling at the minute is we're going to go in there with a bit of a damp squid.
Yeah. I always said, Martin, before the FA Cup final, I said I was more concerned for Bournemouth than I was for Crystal Palace. And if we played like that against Crystal Palace, God forbid how we're going to play against Bournemouth.
I don't think Bournemouth will play like Crystal Palace did.
No, but I think that makes me scared. That makes me even more scared. Because I think they'll have a go at us, and I think we're flaky in the middle, and I think we're flaky at the back. I don't think we offer much.
The going forward thing is, I'm not going to criticise Haaland because I think he's a very good player, but I'm going to say it as it is. Right now, our system doesn't suit him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to offer a lot more. I know people say, "Well, he's getting no service." Well, you need to give a bit more. Two games in a row, stood there with his hands on his head. I don't like the body language.
I know what you're saying, Martin, but do you not think that that there's people at the moment that are giving excuses for Haaland, saying, "Oh, he's not fully fit, and he's not this, and he's not that, and he's not the other." This is 7 finals without a goal now.
I'll tell you what it is, Bevo.
Benign in world football, and he doesn't score in finals.
People are scared of criticising because they're scared of him leaving.
Guy doesn't score in finals, and it needs to be said.
He can't just, as I call it at the moment, and it's harsh, probably is harsh, but he's like a lamppost.
Yeah.
He just stands there. He just stands there.
Yeah.
And I get it. And
I said on LB's panel show, I was just going to say, just off the back of what you said about just standing there, I said on LB's panel show the other night that I think at the moment when we play Haaland, we're actually down a player. And it's like we're playing with 10 men, not 11. Which is why I think at the moment the system suits playing Mamouche as a 9, because I feel like he offers a lot more movement in the middle. I feel like when you play Haaland as the 9 at front, we're redundant to. It's basically like, well, he ain't going to get the ball, so we're playing with 10 men instead of 11. That's how I feel. But.
It's very weird. Well, I'll be honest with you. I think right now we suit a floating 9, where that 9 sort of changes in and out of the game. So 1 minute it's KDB, then Mamouche, then where we remember when we used to have that front 3-4 that used to rotate all the time, and you'd never know who was on the right wing, left wing, and up front, and it just keep changing as the game went on. To me, that's what suits us a little bit with this. I think Haaland's too easy to defend against at the moment. He's too easy to defend against. I'm forgetting. I know, he's getting 500 grand basic. He's getting a lot more with bonuses.
We ain't getting no bonus this year, is he?
The simple thing, and people say, the only thing that frustrates me, and I understand what people are saying, is no football manager very rarely changes their style. What they do is they get players that suit their style. So, like, for example, Klopp very rarely changed his style. Ancelotti doesn't really change his style. The top manager, Mourinho, very rarely changed his style. Didn't matter which club he went to, Mourinho, Amorim has gone to United from Sporting and played his tactics.
Can I just say something on Amorim while you're on it, right? I found a stat today which I think is wild, and I put it on X, and I think Luke's seen it. I think that's why he's laughing. So, Gary Neville, right, at Valencia. Now, we all know what kind of dumpster fire that was, yeah? Gary Neville had more points per game at Valencia than Amorim's had at United.
Yeah. And it is. I totally agree with you. It's shocking. I just think this. I get the Pep outers because they think people who want Pep out, they're entitled to their opinion. I don't agree with it. I think it's very knee jerk. I think it's very overreactionary. But
the way I see it, if we get rid of Pep, who are we bringing in at this point? Who are we bringing in?
Well, it's not that bad though. You're never going to get another manager who does what that Pep's just done.
No, you're not.
You're never going to get that.
No, you're not. But the other thing is what alternative is people going to give? Company? I don't think Company.
Yeah, but they say Company, Hansi Flick, all them. Well, Hansi Flick's not going to leave Barcelona.
No.
To come to City.
Alonso's going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, Alonso's off to Real Madrid.
You're not getting Nagelsmann out of the Germany squad until after the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm going to be straight, Bebo. Would you trust Company with this fan base right now?
I would not right now.
His legacy would be moving in Titans in 5 minutes.
100% no.
No, I wouldn't.
It'd be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer version too.
See you later, Steve. Nice to have you in the chat, mate.
Oh yeah, yeah, Steve, mate. See you, man. But do you know what it is though? Imagine if KDB had 1 more year contract, and how Carl Walker left the club as well. Well, he's still at the club, obviously, went on loan. Imagine the abuse KDB get next season if he stayed playing like this.
Well, I said yesterday, and I still stand by it. For me, I think winning nothing this season is exactly what this fan base needs. I think this whole fan base needs cleansing.
It needs a reset.
Yeah. This whole fan base needs fully cleansing. Winning nothing this season is actually a bit of a reality check. And get rid of the plastics and we go again. And I'll stand by that.
Yep. 100%.
Sadly, it is what it is. And with success, we'll bring you fans who are here for the success. And I get it. And I welcome every fan. But, and I was talking with someone, a lifelong Blue yesterday, you know, in his 60s, top fella. I wouldn't mess with him on a night out, by the way. Top fella, but I'm saying on his good side. And he said, it's sad because in a way, and I agreed with him, he said, we've sold our soul for the trophies. And you know, maybe I wanted to be a little bit dreamy, a little bit. And I get, listen, City has changed 1,000%. We are a much better club. We're much bigger. We're a global phenomenon. Exactly, spot on. But just because we don't win a trophy doesn't mean we're not a global phenomenon anymore and we're dead. We're not dead. There's too many people are killing us, and that's the end of us. And that's the end of Manchester City. And it's such a weird situation at the moment.
As well. It stems from the media. The media at the moment are loving this. They're absolutely loving this downfall. You turn over onto the radio and they're like, "Oh, City's lost again! Come on, City's lost again!" And this is the kind of shit that's forcing our fans to go to have this way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, by the way, I do not mind anyone having their opinion. Football is about opinions, and we love it, and we can have debates. But where it's got to, I shouldn't have really gone on. I was on my way home, and I was all emotional. I shouldn't have gone on. And I went on a show, and there was 2 Liverpool, two Arsenal, and a lot of City fans.
Oh my God, you're brave.
No, seriously. And I'm talking big Arsenal fans and well-known Liverpool fans. And they were listening to it all, and I stayed quiet. And by the time they were like, "Are you lot for real? So I just kept quiet. This is the Liverpool fan. They went, "What are you doing?" And we went, "Well, we want Pep out. We want this out. He's stale. He's this. He's that. The other." And two of the Arsenal fans went, "All right." He said, "Sack Pep, please." And what we want to do is sack Arteta, and we'll take Pep tomorrow. The Liverpool fan went, I'm sat here with 2 titles in 32 years. And it was just, it was crazy because, like he said, City fans are normally very calm and this, that, and the other. He said, but you've lost the plot. You've completely all lost the plot at the minute. And I just said, yeah, I agree. And I never found myself agreeing with an Arsenal and a Liverpool fan in my old born days, but I did because I was like, I have to go and have a wash afterwards because I felt very dirty agreeing with Liverpool and Arsenal fans. But I was like, this is to the outside world, to the outside football family. We must sound like we've lost our minds right now. We must sound like we've lost the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And again, criticise Pep 1000%. I agree. Criticise the players, but to me yesterday, and trust me, I'm in the minority. I'm actually blaming the players more than I blame Pep yesterday. I blame the players more because those players had enough chances to score 4 and 5 goals in that game yesterday. The finishing was woeful. I look at the bench and I go, because the thing is, all of our bench players who in the last few weeks we've brought off the bench to make a difference within the game, we're on the pitch already.
Yeah.
With due respect, if you want to take people on about control, so you want to take Doku off and bring Jack Grealish on. Well, that's not going to make us more direct. If you look at the players we're trying to bring, Reinders, Gibbs White, but whoever it is in the players we're trying to bring in, they are people who drive forward in the midfield. They are what I like to call ball drivers. And that's what we've not got. Gibbs White shoots from outside the box. All these players will have a go. They'll have a go. Kovacic was ill yesterday, so he couldn't have played. I honestly believe I think Kovacic would have played yesterday. So I don't know. I get it's emotional. I get people are upset, but we've just got to take stock. And there's an old saying: "Be careful what you wish for." Because if we sack Pep and the next manager fails, we can't just sack him, and then we're in a rotation of sacking everyone. Then,
like United are on it right now. Yeah,
and that's what I don't want to do. This is what United used to do. United used to chase the dream. Alex Ferguson had bad seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Ferguson had absolute shocking seasons.
Yeah,
I just think we're gonna just. I get it. I understand it. I don't know. It's just. I don't know.
Well, Martin, I'll ask you as well because obviously yesterday we saw Echeverry come on yesterday. We've all seen him. Well, I know it wasn't that long on there, but Echeverry played.
Say that again, sorry.
Well, obviously, yesterday was Echeverry's debut yesterday for us. Actually, he played yesterday.
I actually thought he did all right. I actually think he did all right yesterday. He looked a bit lively. See, that's the other thing, though. I saw people going, "How come he brought Echeverry on?" You've been begging for that for 3 weeks, 4, 5 weeks. He does it, and now he's done it.
3 months, Martin.
But that's what I mean. He comes on and people went, "How come he's bringing him on?" So when does he? This is what I'm saying. And they don't know what they want anymore.
No, they don't.
Pep, as I said, yes, he's made massive errors. The biggest error Pep's made is not making any signings last summer. That was the biggest error. That was the biggest error. We should have refreshed the squad. He was too loyal to his club that I got him 4 in a row. In a way, the 4 in a row masked some things. But like someone said, Bernardo Silva's old. He's 29, 30. We're kicking 30-year-olds out of the club now. 30-year-olds are old. I used to think it's like...
No, but when you've played the amount of minutes that Bernardo Silva has over the last 5-6 years, he looks old. There's a difference between
Yeah, I agree with that.
looks old.
It's knackered. He's gone for the middle back. So so many.
He's got a lot of mileage on him. He's got a lot of mileage.
Oh yeah, of course he does. I mean, it's sad because I honestly believe someone said Bernardo's. If he stays, he's going to get the Walker treatment. Which
I agree.
So, well, I think KDB. It's the people who want KDB. And KDB will get the Walker treatment. But it's sad I was saying you're going to get. And it's sad I was saying you're going to get the Walker treatment.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. We're sort of okaying the Walker treatment. We're sort of saying
I think it's the same in a lot of ways. I think Gundogan could fall into that trap. I think Akanji's already close to falling into that trap.
Mm-hmm. It's sad. It's got really abusive.
It's got. I've never. I mean, listen. You know me. I've taken shit all season, but the vitriol and the nastiness went up a level yesterday. Really went up a level, and it was like, wow. I thought I'd seen nastiness, but this is now a new level of it. And it was weird because we came out of Wembley and people were still singing. You know, people were still singing coming out, and we'll go again next season. And I get it, you know, some don't like that. Some want to be held accountable. Sat this guy, sat that guy.
Doom and gloom, innit? Doom and gloom. Yeah.
I don't know. It's such a weird situation. I've seen friends be driven off things. It's just, I've never seen a season like this. I never want another season like this again. I really don't, because I'm going to be straight and I'll say this publicly. And I don't mind saying this publicly. I'm going to announce it tomorrow night. If we're halfway through this season and it's like this within the fan base, I will say it now. I don't care. I am going to walk away from this, and I'll go back to being a fan.
Don't blame you.
This season has destroyed everything. It's took away the fun, the emotional, everything, and that's not me threatening anyone or anything. It's just all I want to do is talk city like you guys. That's all we want to do. We can openly criticize, we can have a go, but it's gone beyond criticism. Yeah. As someone told me today, you know, if you're not willing to sack Pep, you're a prick. Okay then. The thing is, I can't do any football analytical viewpoints at that point. I can't sit and talk football analytical stuff. I went there yesterday to have a good day. We took members of my family because it was a day for my dad. We didn't take my dad, but we took, you know, stuff for my dad. We took photos of my dad because it's going to be the last cup final my dad ever sees. So we made it a big thing. We got videos, all sorts to show him. And we wanted to make it a big special day. And it just got...
as well, by the way.
Sorry, what?
We've got a Darsh Bombatzer as well, by the way.
Oh, God. Out of nowhere.
Martin will probably be able to agree with this as well, because this is something that I've heard as well.
They're ready to go. They're ready. Yeah. This is what I mean. Do you know what all the fans are saying? Do you not think the club and Pep knows all this?
Exactly.
What is Pep meant to do in a cup final? Get the F out. You're done. I've got Reinders coming in 2 weeks. Get out the door. No, because Reinders is not here yet. We can't do anything yet. We've just got to get to that stage. We know exactly everything the fans are saying. The club know.
Yeah, they do.
They are not. They're not sat behind the door on this.
Because you're right, Martin. Because I've been to the last 2 cup finals. I'm lost both of them, which is annoying. But someday I'll go to one. I'll win it. But that's not
right.
For you,
I'm just telling you now, Luke. I am ripping your ticket up before you go into the next one.
You're right. Yeah, it's me. It's fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, I'm actually blaming LB.
Whatever it takes.
LB went yesterday. I'm blaming him. Never mind, I'm blaming me. It's LB who was pissed off yesterday.
Oh, by the way, I've had a bit of abuse thrown at me on Twitter, right? For people that don't know, I'm good friends with Martin, so me calling Martin a twat for turning up to a final is like, Martin knows it's a joke, so please, like, it's a bit of banter. I don't think Martin's a twat.
Yeah.
I think he's a twat.
It was my fault. Yeah, it was my fault because I responded. It was after the cup final and everyone was upset and emotional. But like I said, everyone's fine. It's just this. I think people think that we're all on these YouTube channels having a fight with each other, and we're all like, we do speak privately.
Most of us talk off camera as well. Like,
you both, yeah.
I've got people who think me and Alan hate each other and we're having World War III constantly. They've not been in the 4 a.m. phone calls I've had. I've known Alan 5-6 years. People don't realise mine and Alan's relationship. It is what it is. We take the piss out of each other. No, but oh yeah, someone had to go at me because I said Alan's season ticket was his remote control. But yeah, it's banter. It's called a laugh. What do you want me to do?
It's personal, isn't it? It's like last season. Even for that, like it was all like positive and it was more together and more bannerous. But now it's so serious.
Do you know why, Luke? Do you know why? Because Luke, there's an old song that rivals sing to us. You only sing when you're winning. Yeah,
exactly.
Listen, I'm going to say this. People won't like it. When you are winning, it's like the playing system. You know this sideways tipper tapper. We've done it for 3-4 years. We won a treble doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But no one moaned then because we won.
Yeah.
The minute you don't win, that you have to pinpoint something. So why do you think everyone goes back to Sane Sterling? Sane Sterling was 7 years ago. We have won. If you listed off what we won in the last 6-7 years since Leroy Sane and Sterling have left, well, I didn't hear anyone complaining about Sane and Sterling then.
No.
Sterling's like PTSD over Leon.
Exactly. And but Bevel, you know this. Let's go back to when we won the 100 points. Now, it was either that season or season after. We played Monaco in a barnstorming game.
Mad game.
What did everyone say afterwards?
Pretty sure Bernardo was playing for Monaco in that game.
Yeah. Well, there you go. People were saying we're too open. What are we doing? Pep's too. That was the word. Pep was too naive in the Champions League. I'm like, what do you mean? He's too open. It's too expansive. We need to be a bit more controlled and stubborn.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
So we do that. We win the Champions League, and everyone wants to go back to flying wingers. Flying wingers are not Pep. You either need to change the manager, or Pep needs to tweak his system. I personally think next season he'll use the wing backs as wingers.
Yeah,
I think that's what we're going to do.
For me, I think, and there's been talk today that we're looking into it. I think the perfect left back for us next season is that Theo Hernandez. I think he is perfect for our system. He's a fullback which will fly forward. He's brilliant down that left. And what I think we're going to see next season is not just from one side, but from both sides. I think you're going to see proper fullbacks and you're going to see the wingers invert from both sides, just from one side.
I'll be honest with you, Bevo. I don't think all the wingers will be there next year.
No,
they won't. Give us 2 minutes, lads.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah. No, I was not. Go on.
No, go on, mate.
Go on. No.
I just think people are going to let us get to next season. But then my worry is, how many games do we give it before it doesn't go right next season? Before we're all, that's the one thing Pep has done now. He's put a little bit of pressure on himself to where he's got to get it right straight away. Sadly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, Martin, though, we'll be getting in a whole new bunch of players, and players will be out the door. It's going to be a whole different squad pretty much next year, apart from a few players that were there beforehand. So does everyone want the squad to immediately work straight away? I'm expecting a lot of time to be taken, and I'm fine with that because at least the ribble's happening, getting a bit of change. But people need to understand that change doesn't happen overnight. You have to actually understand that it's going to take a few months, maybe even a season, to get us back to where we are again. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's football.
But it's the same with the youngsters. People want youngsters, so he played youngsters at Southampton.
Yep,
and
I was there.
He turned around and got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
This is what I mean by the Pep can't win now. Pep can't win because he plays youngsters, and we don't win, people have a go. He plays flying wingers, we don't win, people have a go. So we ever thought maybe we just haven't got the players this year to do what we want to do. Now, next season, if we spend 300-400 million and it doesn't work, then yes, we can all have a and trust me now, Pep Guardiola will sit down and say, you know what, maybe this isn't for me anymore.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Do you know what's worrying me? This is my sad situation right now. Is a manager we were talking about who should get a statue, should get a stand named after him, etc., could end up getting hounded out, and we lose all the. And Pep's time will be looked upon as a failure, and it shouldn't be. He's been the most successful manager in our complete history.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside John Mercer.
LB touched on something the other day, and I mentioned it on the panel show as well. The thing for me, right? If you had the Foden of last season and Rodri in the team for this full season, that's an instant 12 points on where we are now.
Yeah.
Season doesn't start to look anymore. Season doesn't look as bad anymore. No. I think, we still win the league.
What season did Liverpool lose, everyone, Bebo? When did Liverpool lose there? When did they have... when was Van Dijk and somebody else out?
2021. The year after.
Was it 2021?
Yep,
and Liverpool collapsed. The reason, and Bebo is spot on, when you take a Rodri out of the team who's so important to you, it is going to affect you. Because that's the reason they are so pivotal to you. If you take a prime KDB out the team when he was prime KDB, it's going to affect you. You take a Mo Salah out of Liverpool, it will affect them.
Mm-hmm.
Take a Bellingham out of Madrid, it will affect them.
I mean, there's no win.
Yeah, but look at Arsenal. Arsenal lost, was it Saliba and Gabriella, whoever it was, and they lost the league.
And Saka as well.
Yeah, that's the reason these players are the pivotal guys. That's why they get the big bucks.
Well, do you know what? There's positive house captain. No charity for us next year, which is good. No charity for in curses this year, so that's good.
Do you know I was celebrating that last night? I was absolutely celebrating that we've done that. I actually turned around and I went, I came out, it's awful saying this, I went, I do not, excuse my language here, but my exact quote was, I don't want to see this fucking stadium next season. Don't want to see it. I don't want to see the damn thing because I'm just, I'm done with going to Wembley. I've enough for the damn place. I'm just bored of it now. I
do think playing the semi-finals there though, it takes away a lot from the final. I think it's ridiculous playing a semi down at Wembley because then you're effectively playing the final then. It's the whole purpose of the whole purpose of getting to a final because it's like, I get to go and play at Wembley. Like, do you know what I mean? Play it at neutral ground. Play it. They could have played that Forest game at, anywhere. They could have played it at Leicester's ground. They could have played it at Villa Park. Could have played it anywhere. Why play it at, why play it at Wembley? It's a semi-final.
Yeah. It takes away the whole idea of Wembley for itself. Like it's like the playoff finals. Obviously, I love watching the playoffs every year because it's really obviously you got the games obviously sort of now. It's just when you look at how like yesterday for Palace round. I was Martin will know as well. Like Palace fans are incredible. Like that atmosphere they bought yesterday was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that before. from like European games. Like the way they had the tifo up, obviously, and the flowers out with ourselves. That's what it's all about for me. FA Cup, atmospheres like that, where it's roaring, and it's bright, it's going. Well, obviously the game itself was scrappy, but it was a proper it's a final atmosphere. That's what I love going to Wembley for. But when I say final, it feels a bit different. You know what I mean?
Takes away the sentiment of playing a final. It's like, well,
that's why I love Carabao Cup. That's why I love the Carabao Cup, because the two semis are home and away, and then the finals at Wembley. It feels different, the Carabao Cup final, because you feel like, right, you've earned your place to Wembley at that point. The semi-final Wembley thing is a joke. I've always said that. They need to go back to Villa Park or Hillsborough or whatever it was when it was back in the day. And I'm sorry for sounding like an old fart, but I am. It is what it is. And big up Palace. Palace, their fans yesterday, they were crying. They were so emotional. There was kids crying.
Amazing.
And my son came out and went, you know what? Good for them. Yeah, bad for us, good for them. And that's the way football should be. Football's become too damn, you're a dick, I'm going to kill you, this, that, and the other. I saw Briggsy's comment today on Twitter. And, and big up Briggsy, by the way. I love and support to a top guy. And it is, people don't realise the emotions this has taken out of people this year. The abuse people have taken, the vitriol people have taken. We were never that fan base. We used to always defend our own. We used to back our own. We used to stand there and be proud of each other. And now it's about trying to hurt each other and this, that, and the other. Newcastle, I've watched two things this season. Newcastle win a trophy for the first time in 70 years. Palace win a trophy for the first time ever. It was their year. This wasn't our year. So be it. It wasn't our year. But it's how you come back from it. And Bevo was spot on earlier. This year's actually helped because I think we do need a reset. I do think we need some perspective put back in. We need to fall in love with football again and not winning. We've got too used to being in love with winning rather than football. We've lost love of Manchester City and become lovers of winning.
Yeah.
What happened to loving Manchester City?
Yeah.
And that's what we've lost. We've lost, and that's why I say I think we've lost some of our soul this year. There's no point in us protesting prices outside a stadium and saying we want our club back, etc., and then say, oh well, we're all right doing that as long as we win trophies. No, the two don't mix.
No,
Martin, it's like you said, it's City till we die, and not our City when we lose. It's City till we die. When we lose a draw, we're still there every week.
That's gone. That's gone. And that's the sad thing in this. It's gone. And if you say that, you're a dinosaur or a main road wanker. And the thing is, I am a main road wanker. But newsflash for everyone, we weren't winning trophies in the Etihad before when we went in. We were in the Etihad 6 years before Sheikh Mansour walked in the door. It wasn't Main Road we were crapping. We weren't that great at comms. I'm sorry, I call it comms for sure because I'm not.
This is the other thing. Before the takeover, it wasn't even our stadium.
Well, I mean, so they can call me a mayor wanker all they want, but not. Why don't they call me a comms wanker? Stuart Pearce was at City of Manchester. It wasn't at Main Road. We actually had more success at Main Road than we did for the first 6 years.
Yeah, we did. Well, we had more success at Main Road than we did at the City of Manchester Stadium. Full stop.
Yeah, we used to be the fan base that was like I said, I shook hands with a Palace fan and said, "Well done." And a Palace fan said to me, "You'll be back next year, no doubt." Trust me now, I don't think Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans and our rivals, we call it, do you know they're worried? They're actually worried.
They should be.
Their words were, we've got to deal with an angry Pep Guardiola next year.
Yep.
They should be worried.
A whole club
They should.
angry.
But because when you get Khaldoon angry, I mean, and Khaldoon was there yesterday, and I'll tell you something, he hated every minute of that.
Yeah,
look back at the Pep interviews that he's had over the years. The year that we won the Champions League, just after winning the treble, we just won the treble. We just lifted the Champions League. Khaldoon walks on the pitch and goes, right, what we're doing next season.
Yeah, and they're already doing it.
Exactly.
Well, the trouble is because the club aren't coming out and saying, right, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and it's all going to be done next week. People, we're doing it. We're working. We are working overtime. We are doing everything we can. Medicals are booked. Everything is set in, ready for players to come in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Honestly, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, what we've got to do is get through Tuesday. We've got to win by hook or by crook, get the point at Fulham, because that's all we actually do need now, because Newcastle got beat today. Because we've actually got a better goal difference than all our rivals around there. So we only need 4 points, and we're in. And then we can settle down for 2 weeks, get the stuff done, to get the win on Tuesday, give KDB the send-off he deserves, wish him all the best, wherever he ends up, as long as it's not bloody Liverpool. If he walks into Liverpool, then he's slapping everyone in the damn face. But hey,
I don't think he does, Martin, because I think he's got too much respect for City to go and join a rival. I can never see him doing that.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I would like to think he's got more respect than that. But we'll see. But at the end of the day,
I reckon Napoli goes to. I reckon Napoli. I'm a good fan.
Yeah, we've got to get in Tuesday and get behind the boys. This infighting isn't going to help. Infighting never helps. It never helps anything. And that's just in life, not just it's football, your workplace. If you're doing infighting in your workplace, it don't help. It's not just football, but we've got to stop it and get behind the team and just roll the lads on Tuesday. And listen, if we don't do it, it's our own fault. We probably deserve it if we don't do it.
Yeah.
Do you think we do?
Agree.
Yeah, I honestly think we do. I would like, and maybe that's heart speaking overhead right now, but I do think we will do it. If we don't,
I can't see us beating Bournemouth. I'll be real. I just don't see it.
Yeah, and I hear it.
It's a 1-0 when I'll take it.
But,
I know we're at home.
It's in our hands now.
Yeah.
We've got to do the job. I don't know. Maybe it's blind faith of yes, we'll do it. I'm hoping we react after Saturday. I'm hoping we react.
Can only imagine the grilling that the players have had today.
100%.
And the players have grilled themselves as well. They're not stupid. Players have grilled themselves. I don't know. It's a very weird thing at the minute. It's not nice. I've not enjoyed the season.
No, I've hated it.
I'm not even because I've hated this season. I want to forget so quick. And it's nothing to do with the football. I'm not asked about winning. I'm not asked about losing. I'm asked about the way we are. And right now, I look at Manchester City and I don't recognise what we are. And that's the sad thing of it. There's too much fighting, too much arguing, too much nastiness going on right now. And that was never us. Never us. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I've said it earlier. I'm in two minds at the minute. I've not enjoyed it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
No, I understand, mate. And it's to me, like I've been on social media with City for the last 8-9 years. I haven't been obviously on YouTube as much. Obviously, been now on the game with other people here and there. First time doing the channel for over about a year. We're doing the channel for now. It's been the worst you've ever seen. Even in 16, 17, 14, 15, 12, 13. Even but it didn't win the league. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I've done this for 7 years. 7 years
Yeah.
I've done YouTube, and I've never seen it like this.
Because I've watched you obviously on Man City Fan TV and that obviously on your own channel. But I've been quite quiet, but I've been more active.
I was a lot younger
Obviously,
then. I was better
Yeah.
looking then and younger. But no, it's I've met some wonderful people. I'm not saying it is the end, but it's the first time I've really sat back and gone, is it worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And do I go back to just being a fan?
Mm.
Do I go back to just being, because if you notice, a lot of people have slowed down in the last few weeks. A lot of people have slowed down. And it's because we're just tired. People think this is easy. Click and play and away you go, and it's this is far more emotional than doing a real job sometimes.
Oh yeah,
it is. Well, Martin, it's the thing. Like we haven't obviously you don't stream like agree, but even before that it was about 2 weeks without doing anything. Because sometimes I just think I can't be asked. So the reason why Alex Daniel on there because obviously Alex is busy right now, stuff he's doing it right now, and Danny's been knackered by it as well. But obviously they're not done. They're back soon, but it's how bad it's been this season, man. It's so draining for us all. Like I love doing this. I love seeing the chat and chatting to everyone and you two and that. But football is football. Like life is much more important than football in general, and I hate seeing the negativity on social media. It's just too much sometimes. Too much.
I think for me it's more a personal thing because I've been one of them of everyone should have a voice, whether you're new, you're old, you're local, you're 10,000 miles away. And sadly, some people have turned around and have shown the true colours in the last few days, which has disappointed me a little bit.
Yeah.
I've had people calling me out on streams. And by the way, no, I don't mean Bevo. I don't mean Bevo. It's just, but I've had people calling me out and I'm like, hang on a minute. You were on my show.
Martin's one of a kind, right? He accepts you whether you kick off on him on a stream or whether you're a Southampton fan.
Yeah,
I can do one. If I can do one,
you know what I mean? Listen, it was Bevo's gone.
Yeah, he deserved that. Carry on.
No, I'm one of them of football. This is social media and everyone should have a voice, but yeah, it's been very weird. Some people who I thought were in this for the right reasons and shown they're not in this for the right reasons, and to each their own. But I've been very disappointed with some reactions. Very disappointed with reactions, and it'll be intriguing to see what happens next year from some of these people if we are winning. It's going to be very intriguing because I'm not someone who does receipts, but yeah, they're a little bit lined up. Let's put it that way.
Dash, honestly, it's spot on. Like, honestly, Martin, like you yourself, you're a fan of seen it all, and you yourself, I was Mark there as well, I do content as well. But for you obviously have the perspective different to myself and Bevo. Obviously, you're an older fan that's been seeing a lot more. Like people don't understand, like especially a fan who have been fans maybe very recently. Like obviously, to have seen Mainbro, I was like 2 years old. I think when obviously we left Mainbro, so I can't have that understanding. The thing is, for someone like yourself who's seen it all, like your perspective is so important to this community because you can't lose where you're from, like, and where the club is from, because the future fans like myself, or maybe people like my own kids down the line, and that you need the history of the club and the effect of the older fans to have that, for us to sort of carry on. You can't lose that. You really can't.
Well, it's not about even that. I don't do this for that. It's more of someone said to me earlier that I think it's in my tweet I put out this morning. Someone said to me 2022 and 2023 are the past. Forget about them.
What?
I'm like,
2 years ago.
I'm like, imagine saying that to a Liverpool fan. You know the 6 Champions Leagues you won, they're in the past. Shut the fuck up. Stop going on about them. Like,
The only
what are we doing here?
I can semi-agree with it to a point, but like I understand where you're coming from, Martin, but I understand where they're coming from as well. But they probably mean it in a different way to how I would understand it. So for me, like, and I've said this to Luke off there as well, and I'm pretty sure I've said it to you as well, Mark. There comes a point where we have to stop saying, yeah, but we're treble winners though. It's like, yeah, we are. That will be forever stapled in our club's history. But we can't just, if we want to move forward as a club, we can't just say, like, oh yeah, but we're treble winners. Like, yeah, we were treble winners 2 years ago. Like, you look at United, right? United go, oh yeah, we were treble winners. We're treble winners. Yeah, in 1999, and you've done nothing in the last 10 years. Like, yeah, it'll always be it'll be stapled into your club's history. But if you want to move forward as a football club and continue to be a part of the elite, then you can't just hold on to, yeah, we're treble winners, because yeah, we are. But like, and I feel like what you said before about us not making certain replacements after the treble season, one of the worst things we've done. And you're spot on, because the thing is, I think a lot of the players' hunger died after that treble season. Let's not forget, we only just scraped the league last year. Like that was so close. Like we weren't great last year. It just so happens that the teams that were around us were even worse. But if we want to continue to grow as a football club and continue to breed success, we have to put the treble to the back of our minds and say, yes, we've done it, but now it's time to move forward. And
I understand that. No, I do get it, Bebo. I do. I'm sort of in two minds with it. I get it. And the next season, we have to be challenging. That's where we do agree. We have to be challenging next season. I'm one of them. I'm not bothered how you win the league. I don't care if you win on goal difference. Jeez, I'm not bothered.
No.
I'm not bothered if it's a point. To me, I would like to win the title by 10 points every year, but it's not. I also I'm in two minds with that, because I think Liverpool's title this year has had shine taken off it because they won it so early. And I think the so Liverpool fan I see yesterday, and they were like, they've got over winning the league. Like, they should be celebrating it. And they're like, no, we won it a month ago, nearly. It's sort of in their own heads. They've gone past it now, and they're talking, they brought Frimpong in and all that. And I just think it's great, but don't think we celebrate things enough anymore. I really don't think we do. But I understand.
I yes, it is hangover for about a week after that travel. Like, I was so ill.
But the thing is, I do see the other side though. It was 2 years ago. I hear that. But this is where people don't get what I say sometimes. Next season, we do have to challenge. And you wholly agree with that. We have to challenge. But then, it's going to be intriguing. Say we challenge next year and we lose it by the last game. What will the reaction be then? Because then you've lost. Then all the excuses are gone then.
As long as it doesn't go to I don't care.
No, but that's you know what I mean, Bevo? Because people tell me it's not about winning the trophies. They tell me it's not about winning the trophies. All right, so we go to the last game and we lose it by a point. We've challenged because we took it right till the end. If we don't win the league, is that a failure? Because we've done what your remit said, challenge.
Yeah.
I'm one of these if you are telling me it's league or bust, be honest. It's okay to say it, but be honest. I talk to a guy on Spaces who's honest.
I am going to be honest. I think next season it is pretty much league or bust. Because if we're going out and investing the amount of money that we are, and we're losing KDB, massive part of our success.
History,
but bringing back Rodri into the team is going to be an integral part, and it's all about how we move forward next season. Now, I think if we get the signings right, because we are going to have to spend big, and already on top of a squad which, let's face it, we haven't got a terrible squad. Every player we've got is an international, with the exception of kids. I do think that next year it should the mentality of the club, not necessarily the fans. I do think the mentality of the club next season should be not necessarily league or bust, but at least walk away with a trophy.
Yeah,
challenging.
I think for me, the FA Cup was the last two finals. If you get there again, you have to win it. It can't be three finals. I know it's football. It's final.
League or bust is the wrong thing to say. So I'll just re-correct myself. I think challenge.
No, quote him, clip it. You saw that. You saw him say league or bust. Clip it.
I do think that we have to come away with a trophy next season. I think we do. I really.
I agree, Bebo. What worries me is we're going to get in this mindset. We win the league, but we don't win the Champions League. We didn't win the Champions League. There's always going to be somebody's always going to chuck a negative connotation down the road. Someone's always going to do it. And you can't help that. Someone is not going to have to.
I also want to see us challenging in the Champions League because this year we were awful. We were absolutely awful in the Champions League this year.
And enjoy it as well, right? I love every trophy we're in it, right? I think for me, right, this new set of players that we're getting in, the Carabao Cup again will be great because it gives the new player a taste of glory. Savio, taste of glory. It's a trophy. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, spot on. I don't want to dismiss. It's only the League Cup. Trophy's trophy.
No. Trophy's a trophy.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And
I think this year. Sorry, I'll just stop you because I will forget. I think this year was the first year where I've actually not seen as a serious club when it comes to playing for trophies. You look at that game where we played against Spurs. I think it was it at Spurs when Spurs were sticking the ball in the back of the net. Pep was laughing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I think that was the Carabao Cup. Carabao Cup. Yeah. It must have been.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing, Bevo, is we should have a bigger squad to compete for these other
exactly.
Situations.
But I think this is the first year in since Pep's been with us where he's been sitting on the bench laughing when the other team's scoring against us. Like I've never seen that from Pep. Never.
Yeah. No, but I agree with Darcy. I think anything we win next year, we've got to celebrate it. Absolutely celebrate it.
100%.
And we've got to enjoy it. Because the one thing this year has taught me is nothing's ever a given. And that's why I totally go back to something Bebo said at the beginning with me is this season has actually been a reset. We've got to start appreciating things a lot more and not taking it as a given. We'll never mind. We won a Carabao Cup, but that's shit. I want the league. I want the Champions League. Liverpool want to win all four. Chelsea are going to spend big again. Arsenal are going to spend big. They've already bought Zubimendi in. People are going to spend money. Newcastle are going to spend money.
Arsenal, from what I've heard, have only got 100 mil to spend unless they sell.
But but the thing is, people are going to spend. I don't think it was like it was 5 years ago, where the most people who spent the money won. I think the money is now. I mean, bloody hell, West Ham are spending 50 million on a player, or God knows what. Everyone, the Premier League is awash with money now.
100%.
I don't know. I think we've just got to enjoy. One thing I'm going to do next year, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy next season. I think the Champions League will be better in because I think with the new format, I think that's through us.
That's if we're in it.
Get there.
Listen, I 100% think we'll be in it. If we're not, we're not. When we'll go and have fun in the Europa League. And I know everyone will go, well, that's negative. We shouldn't be doing that. Well, it's tough shit. You can't do anything about it. We're in the Europa League. We're in the Europa League.
Love a year in Europa League. I really would.
Yeah,
I don't think now's not the time. Now's not the time. Now we need to be progressing and getting back into the Champions League to clear up the mistakes.
All I'm going to say is, I think in 2 or 3 weeks, people will feel better. Because I think in 2 or 3 weeks, you'll start getting names in the door. You'll start seeing the rebuild begin. And I think that'll calm everyone down. People
100%.
believe that, we are going to spend money. So all I'm going to say is we're going to spend money. People can believe it. They cannot believe it. Is it Wirtz? I don't know. Wirtz is not. Wirtz is down to Wirtz.
Wirtz hasn't decided, but I know that he's rejected by him. That's what I know.
I personally, for me, right, if we get Champions League, I think for me we get Wirtz. If we don't get him, we don't get him. But if we know someone like that,
and if we're not in the Champions League, it means we haven't been good enough, and we come back and we go again next year. Because you know what, this is going to sound really crazy, and I'm sorry to say this. I actually think we've got a better chance of winning the league if we're not in the Champions League next year.
Oh, yeah,
I know that's going to sound crazy, but I do.
You're right.
I don't know because if we're in Europa League Thursdays and Sundays, you've never had a team win the Premier League from playing Thursdays and Sundays.
Well, yeah,
true.
Yet,
City like to do things different.
Records.
You know what? Anything's a possibility. I would honestly, right? I would like to do a bit of a statistic check on the average death of a City fan in comparison to like an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan. Because I'll tell you something, right? City knows how to get the ticker going. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I reckon we're gone much earlier than some of these other clubs. I tell you.
mate, I was there at the Villa game where Gundogan scored. Right, the feeling in my heart when we were 2-0 down, to 5 minutes or so later when we're at 3-2 was a whole different experience I've been through. Like the atmosphere was insane, but like just the feeling of euphoria you get, it knackers you out afterwards. I felt winded after that, but that's what football does to you. Like this.
Thought you were at Southampton getting them, watching them get promoted.
That's it. I'm lying now. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Thought you were at the Southampton.
Why did I get booted off the stream? But Martin's all right to stay on.
He's our guest. I'm being nice. You can't say that. That's how it works here. I'm being nice.
Yeah. Do you not hear him singing "Oh When the Saints Go Marching In"?
Well, he did sit in the home end the other day, Martin. So I've got a feeling
I'm not speaking on that. I made my point clear outside the stadium to him.
Yeah, you did. I'll do that again. Sorry.
Because I was like, "This is the away end, Luke. Bye." Hey, I'm gutted about Southampton.
Hey, Luke,
I'm actually gutted about Southampton.
Luke, you should feel very fortunate, mate, because at least he met you after a game.
He's not letting that go, is he?
No.
He's not letting it go. No, he hasn't. Brilliant. I love it.
No, but the annoying thing is we've got this frigging Club World Cup. Do you know what? This is a summer where we need a summer off, not just for the team, but for the fans. The fans needed a summer off. And in 3 weeks' time, we've got to all sit back and go and watch this America stuff.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm having this time off.
I don't really want to do this Club World Cup.
No, I'm not. I'll sit back and watch it as a fan, but I'm certainly having a break.
No, we weren't actually doing watch-alongs. We weren't going to do them. And then people went, let's do watch-alongs. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. But I'm going away next week.
You'll catch me on there on one of your streams, Martin, at 3 o'clock in the morning going,
hey, always welcome. You know. By the way, can I just say, next week, if we don't get the Champions League, guess what? You can't have a go at me
What?
because I'll be in Tenerife. I'm out of here. I'm literally on a plane that Monday morning at 5 a.m. gone.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone wants, yeah, I'm literally out the building.
Well, it is when the Club World Cup's on and when the group stages, I'm actually away in Greece then. So I said to Bevo, I'll give him the details. If there's a stream, I'll join from Greece having a drink, and we'll discuss.
Oh, we're gonna get demonetized in a few weeks, lads. You watch.
Don't get Alan on.
No,
Giving me the keys to the city is a dangerous game, mate.
it's terrible. All right, okay. Oh,
Well,
man.
some of the
Oh, yeah.
meltdowns this year have been epic. I won't go into names.
Yeah.
I always got told to keep quiet, so I will do.
But the game, right? It does make you wonder, right? If Nunes was playing yesterday, would it have been a lot better? I think it would have been.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, should have played. I knew some of my argument on Thursday to Rich and Alan when they were like, I canned you. And I'm like, why? Don't change what it broke. I felt sorry for O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly looked like a kid yesterday.
Yeah,
and I mean that with the utmost respect. But this is why I said, got to be careful on some of these youngsters.
Munoz had him on lock because I said on the stream there was a couple of those chances where they stuck the ball in the back of the net, and both of them were on O'Reilly, and that, you can't blame the kid.
Well, this is why I've always said Pep does what he does with them. He dips him in, he dips him out. This thing of right, the kids are ready. Let's chuck them in. We're not there yet. They're not ready for this level.
He'll learn more from that game for the rest of his career. He definitely will. I like O'Reilly a lot. I think he's a very, very technically good player. But I often find as well, you learn more from losing than you do winning anyway in life and football. Like it's what I've always learned from anything that's happened to me or myself. You learn more from things that you don't do good at, the things that you do. You think, you know what? If I do that same thing, I'll make sure to do this the different way. That's just myself anyway. I'm sure everyone's maybe different to me, but I feel like O'Reilly has done a lot more from yesterday than he was actually in any other game, because he's playing against someone who's been experienced at fullback that help him get better in his career.
Yeah, I think Nunes should have played O'Reilly. You know, I would have played O'Reilly. I'm not burning O'Reilly out. I just think he looks. That's the second time he's been on the Wembley pitch. He did all right against Forest, but the second time he's been at Wembley and he sort of froze a little bit. And he's a young lad. He's going to freeze. He's a young lad.
Mm-hmm.
Young lads are allowed to make mistakes. Echeverria will make mistakes when he eventually plays. That's just football.
Yeah.
100%. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, look, yesterday was just, you know, it's one of those, it's a game, right? And look, I get, you know, things like that can happen, obviously, and it's frustrating, obviously, because it's the final and you want to win them. But I think, you know, it's with playing a team we did yesterday, like a very attacking team, but not very balanced in other areas. Like I thought the defense itself, again, I thought Nunes should play it right back. If we played Nunes right back and the usual back four that's been doing well for us recently, and maybe a more consistent, if Collar plays still, maybe Kev, so it might have been a whole different game.
I don't think Savio suits the right wing, Luke. See, there's something with the Doku Savio debate is I don't think you're going to get. You can't if you're playing both together. You're going to lose some. Savio's best position. It wasn't Girona. It was the left wing.
Yeah.
The trouble is Doku plays on the left wing. Mm-hmm. So Savio, by remit, has to then go to the right wing. He's not good on the right wing.
No.
He's not good.
Not so.
He's better on the left. But the trouble, this is what I'm saying. I don't think all our wingers will be there next season. I really don't, and that's nothing against anyone. I don't hate anyone. But we've got to say it as it is. Our squad is not as good as it once was. Sorry, but it's not.
You also have to dish out some harsh truths here as well, Martin. The thing is, Doku's going into his third season with City now.
Yeah. And he's getting into the Jack Grealish realm, Bevo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his third season now. There's no improvement. There is
With
no
And we
Savio,
can't
I've
loan
seen-
everyone out. And by the way, we can't
No.
loan everyone out because we can only loan 6
No.
players per season. So
You've got to
this
sell
loan
players
mix
as well.
Hayes, you got to loan Savio, loan this guy. Can only loan 6 players out.
We'll keep Savio around. I think Savio play Savio on the left.
Yes,
That's what I do. Because do you know what it is?
I think
right?
Savio will be. I think Savio will be an impact sub.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
but do you know what it is, though, Martin? Though for me, with Savio, I've seen enough from him as well in time in certain games like West Ham and that and Chelsea. He has the quality in him to do it. The goal scoring, not so much. He has that massively, but the crossing and that kind of stuff, he has that. The problem is that, like Martin, he's not a right winger; he's a left winger. And if we have Bob playing and he was fit, I do wonder if Savio and Bob will work with a much more balanced wing pairing. That's what I often think.
It's a. I don't know about Oscar Bob.
Injuries and that.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen with Oscar Bob. Is Oscar Bob going? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with O'Reilly. Sign a new deal, but if you're buying 3 and 4 midfielders, how are you going to get O'Reilly into the team?
Exactly. This is the thing.
These are all the
Thing about,
questions we have to ask.
Well, the other
like,
thing as well, Martin, is as we fully know, Pep's very, very protective over that midfield. Very protective. You look how long it took Foden to get into that midfield. He played for City for about 4 years before in the first team, before he got anywhere near that centre midfield position.
Phil Foden's got to up his game next year, Bevo. Phil Foden's got to up his
100%.
game now, and he's got to start being a bit more. So if he ups his game, where does he go? These are all the
That's what I mean.
questions. You got to get Echeverri in. Does Echeverri stay? We don't know. We're just seeing this with Peroni. Peroni's gone to Como
Como,
permanently.
25 million.
And Martin, this is the thing though. Everyone's gonna be happy in summer, and you can say that now. You aren't gonna get everything you want in summer because someone will be happy with something. But what we need is the right team for the club and the squad for us to be ready next year. Whoever has to go has to go. At the end of the day, it's the club that matters. It. So it has to be the right team. If people want to be here, it has to be the right balance. It has to be everything that we need to go forward next year. Whoever has to go has to go. But it is, and it has to be either a rebuild or you want a young player. It can't be both. It can't be both.
Yeah, and you got to decide what you want. And the thing is, we can debate as fans all day long here, but we have one job, and our one job is to support the boys and back them. Yes, we can debate, we can constructively criticize, we can do all of that, but doing what we've done this season, arguing on spaces, jumping around, and I want this. I'm going to have a word with Pep. You're not going to have a word with Pep because Pep doesn't know who the frig you are. Stop saying you're going to have a word with Pep. You're not. Pep doesn't know who you are.
Right. Hi, Pep. What's the string?
Just
looking as well on this. People having a word with Pep. How absolutely pathetic was that Liverpool fan yesterday turning up at Wembley to call Pep a bold rat?
Yeah, 20 times.
How pathetic is that? Like,
social media's killed football, Bevo.
This is a grown man who has made a 4-hour trip to Wembley in the hope that he sees us lose so he can call Pep a bold rat. He's not done it for any other reason. He's not gone there to support City. He's not gone there to support Palace. He's gone there to hope that we lose. And the place that he's bought his ticket is by the Wembley steps. He knew full well. But
Bevo, just prove the point. So to any City fan who's saying, Pep, get out of my football club, you are giving the rivals what you want. They want
100%.
Pep gone. Why do they want Pep gone? Because they're scared of the guy.
Yeah.
Does a guy make a 4-hour trip to go, Pep, you're a bold, whatever, this, that, and the other? Because he's not living rent-free in the guy's head. That guy's not upset because we took the league off them how many times?
Oh, but no one cares about City, though.
No,
Exactly.
apparently
No
not.
one cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's bothered. Pep Guardiola, get out of our football club. You're giving the rivals what they want. They want Pep gone. The difference is, do you know why they want him gone? Because 19 other teams would take Pep tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And it's what this is the thing, right? You know, it's just, you know, I've always said before, right? Anyone saying I don't care about City, I mean, you think, well, the fact he tweeted that out in itself on Twitter, on a social media space, where you know City fans going to look at it, it tells you what to know. You're putting a post out saying you don't care about a certain thing.
He's got what I call small dick syndrome.
Yeah, facts.
He wants to be known.
100%.
Anyway, I'm going to jump. Take care all. Smash the like, subscribe to these two. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow night for a lovely show.
Cheers, Martin, mate. Mate.
Take care all.
See you soon, mate.
Bye-bye.
As always, people, make sure to go subscribe to Martin Unconvenient Way as always. Great channel.
Yeah.
Martin's a great guy. Look,
Great
it's
guy.
football opinion. It makes something fall out, but it's nothing personal. It's football. Yeah, we've got something on our lives, but Martin's a great guy. Great to both of us, obviously, in personal lives and chats. And yeah, he's definitely someone in his community you can't lose for me. You can't lose someone like that community because if he goes, nothing doesn't work anymore, in my opinion. But yeah, you know what? I think we'll end it there. I think obviously we won't obviously rush off yet. We'll speak up things beforehand. But it's been a good 2-hour stream, a good chat about everything, and you know, I feel like I've got all my frustration out now. A bit more chilled now, a bit more. This is what YouTube. If I piss it off, 2-hour event, I'm done. Like I'm gonna get the rest of my day. Look, yesterday sucked. It did. It sucked. I know. I hate losing them. I mean, I've seen the last two. I haven't seen us win a final yet, so I'm sure I'll see it at some point when it happens. But it's football.
I told you, mate. You're getting chucked in the back of my car before you're getting to Wembley, mate.
You're not going to the game. You lose again. But if it's the third top, right?
You are not going to Wembley. I will make damn sure of that.
Oh, mate, it's just typical, isn't it? Like great. Like I go to Wembley. I've been Wembley 7 times and one is at 4-7. It's not a terrible record, but it's like in a final, it's shocking. No wins till 2.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Look. Tuesday's a big game. Look, it's a big week. But all I'm going to say is this, especially the City players might watching this. If you really want to get to Champions League football this year and have a start this season, just put your chances away. Defensively, I'm not worried at all, really. I know we've got a little bit of issue there, but I'm more about going full down at the back now. Just get the job done. Like, I'm not asking for 5-0 win. I'm asking you to just get the wins and get us over the line and end the season.
I don't care if it's a messy 1-0. Just get it done.
1-0 wins. I'm taking it 3 points. I don't give a shit.
Well, you look at it, right? If you get a 1-0 win every game in the season, you win the league. I don't care if it's scrappy. I care about winning, and I care. I care about at the end of the day, if we want to be a team that progresses, then we have to win things. And I don't care if it's 1-0 or 5-0. I just want us to get the job done.
I mean, you say penalty, but will he score it other than that? Look, with Mamouche, right? I'm not going to go at him for that. It's a penalty. He hit it differently. It might be safe, but for me though, with the penalty thing, I have more on Harder than Mamouche. That's just where I'm at with that one now. But Mamouche, right, I have lost faith in him. No, I think the quality of him, and you agree with me as well when you watch him. He isn't allowed to shoot anymore. Where before he would smashed it on his left foot. Pep's got to let his players shoot now. Because I tell you, right, I'm sick of seeing Mamouche had to pass it. Let him shut. It probably goes in. It's 1-0 us.
It's the same thing every time a player comes to the club. Unless you're a number 9 and you're playing as a number 9, it's your shackles are put on. Look at Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was never a G&A player, never. But when he was given the free roam to do whatever he wanted, he was a 10 times better player.
Look at Savio, by the way. Look at Savio. Savio at Girona, I know it's a different team, still playing La Liga. He's a very technically gifted, very skillful, quick player. And he would be with us, right? But he would be the same sort of player for us, right? If he had to do it. Because he's not perfect. Of course, but he's 21. I'm not asking to be perfect. I'm asking to be someone that's a bit also different to what we have on the wings. And we would do give him that opportunity. Same with Bob. Doku, for me, I've seen enough from him to say it ain't enough for me. I mean, look, in a free system might be different, probably, but I haven't seen enough of him consistently to be a player for us anymore. I haven't. I can't sit there and say otherwise. But we need to start playing football that allows the players to be free flowing again. That's what I want. That's all I want from this season. Just get over the line. Then me and Bevo can have a summer break. Well, but if I say that, that's going to go in June, so I'm probably going to have to do a stream from having a beer on the stream in Greece with you. Who both chat away about the game.
No, there will be a point this summer coming where we'll be doing a few face-to-face streams as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. That again, look, I'm not sure when it will be. We'll let you guys know.
I've got the dates now, so I'll send you them across.
Cool, sounds good. We should be good, and honestly, it'll be good because both of us can do a lot of different streams, a lot more chats. It's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be nice content, and also just to let you guys know, there will be a season review, and it's gonna be with the four of us. I should get the other two ready to do it. And by the way, if you think us two are opinionated, them two, holy shit, it is like strong.
I think we've been quite timid the last few weeks, to be honest.
We have been, but mate, we're doing a review, no holds barred. The four of us will unleash, and then we're done. Move on to the summer because
we may as well call that stream City Uncensored because it's going to be very uncensored.
Yeah, and I said to them both, let me know when we want to do this. Obviously, we won't do it. We'll do it probably around the start of June, probably start of June, just after season's over, and we'll go fully in. So trust me, look out for that stream or video, depending on. I'll see where we're all free, but I'm sure we can find out a certain time for it, and it'll be a good one. So yeah. But the streams we'll not do one before Fulham, possibly, depending on the result of the Bournemouth game. We'll see what happens, obviously. Also, news as well, transfers as well. We'll see what happens this week on the transfer front. But, until then, I'll probably have messaged Bevo doing a stream probably on Saturday, probably before the game on Sunday or whether both through. I'll message you, mate, and I'll look at you. We want to do that. But until then, people, appreciate the chat as always in the comments. Make sure if you like, subscribe if you haven't already. Coming soon will be membership, hopefully. We have got that finally, which is good. Got to work it out because I don't want to just give you guys. It's got to be a genuinely good reason to actually buy into it. So trust me, that will come hopefully over the summer. I'm not going to do anything this season. On a fresh start, fresh content for you guys. Obviously, maybe I'm working on it now, the channel, and sort of making it look good and that. So lots to look forward to, but we'll save that for next season when we're a bit more fresh and ready to go again for another season of City. So, people, have a good rest of your evening and weekend. And Tuesday, big game. Please, City, just get the win, get us over the line, and get us into football for next season. So, Blues, take care. Have a good rest of your evening. Ta-ra.